welcome to my channel. Um, we're just gonna do a little chit chatting, little yapping. I'm gonna give my unwanted opinions, and I hope you guys stay and hear all my yapping. So we're gonna start off with the "Am I the A-hole" story. This one is just from the "Am I the A-hole" Reddit. So it says, AITA because I refused to give my sister the gift she opened at Christmas. No, probably not. So one thing y'all should know about me and my opinions, I usually give my opinion before I even have all the facts. I can admit when I'm wrong, but we're going to start off by giving you what I feel. So, yeah, I don't think so. Hello, all. This is my first post. Hopefully, my long days of lurking taught me something. We like someone who can self reflect. We love it. So this Christmas, we all went to my mid-30s female parents' house. My sister, a couple years younger, came with her husband. To me, that makes it seem like you don't know how old your sister is, but whatever. They have two kids who I love and spoil rotten. My mother asked for a heated blanket this Christmas, and because it's always very complicated to buy shared gifts, I told my sister and father I was buying one for her. All right, so we already going into this with red flags because sister already knew what she was getting, the mother. When we started opening presents, I realized that my sister and her husband had opened the blanket. They looked at the label, and sure enough, so they knew it wasn't theirs. They finally gave the blanket to my mom, rude, and we opened the rest of the presents. Why would you open somebody's gift? Y'all are at least in your 20s. Afterwards, my sister kept saying how she was sad that the heated blanket wasn't for her and looking to see my reaction. Heated blankets ain't even that expensive, babes. Like, calm down. The thing is, 2 years ago, she kept complaining she was freezing and wanted a heated blanket for Christmas. So I bought her a heated blanket for Christmas. A few weeks later, she said she wasn't cold anymore and wanted me to give her a specific shirt instead. Your sister's weird. I tried to keep the peace and returned the blanket. That was quite the hassle, and gave her the shirt for her birthday. Back to this Christmas, my mom let my sister use her new blanket, and every time she would see me, she would go on and on about how she loved it and wished she had one. Then my mother said she should ask me for one for her birthday. I kept my mouth shut for the first few times. Yeah, you got one time to keep mentioning something to me, and then we're gonna have a problem. Like, you are grown, shut up, go buy yourself the blanket, get on Amazon, you'll have it in a couple days. I kept my mouth shut the first few times. Then she said, "You're not getting another blanket." Then I said, "You're not getting another blanket from me." At that point, they she got a couple typos, y'all. I'm sorry. At that point, they said she had just made a mistake not keeping the gift, saying, "Come on, give it to her." That she opened it by mistake and she was all excited. She knew that she wanted the blanket. That's why she opened it. I was more than a little annoyed and said you had your chance. I gave you a heated blanket like you wanted, and then you didn't want it anymore. So if you want one, buy it yourself, period, or ask someone else. I learned my lesson. I wouldn't buy her nothing else ever again, personally, but whatever. I thought it was over, but a few days ago, my mother told me she was looking for a heated blanket for my sister since I apparently wasn't buying her one, and I'm not. I said that's right and to stop talking about it. I like this girl. I may be the a-hole because I am keeping a grudge. Nah, I love grudges, babes. Do it. And my sister wants the gift she opened by mistake. On the other hand, what's really keeping me from giving it to her is that I don't think she is grateful. She ain't. And it is very possible that she would once again change her mind if I give in. She will. She's one of them people who wants something because somebody else has it. Like, somebody probably said it the first time that they wanted a heated blanket, or she's seen somebody with one, so she wanted it. And then she's like, "Oh no, I seen somebody with that shirt. Now I want that shirt." Don't give her nothing. On the other hand, I already read that, sorry. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. Thank you, everyone. I am feeling so validated right now. And as several of you figured out, this is a long pattern of behavior. Sometimes I start wondering if I'm actually wrong when so many things seem unbelievable. Don't second guess yourself. And I'm the one getting blamed. I have enough stories about my family to write a book. We'll write it. So stay tuned. I'll read it on the channel. Yeah, definitely don't think you're an a-hole. Your sister's a brat. I can already tell the type of life y'all had growing up. Definitely no. You were 100% correct in how you handled this because you even telling mom respectfully, like, I'm not buying her nothing, keep it moving. It ain't even like you told her not to buy her something. You just said, I'm not buying it. So let me see if we got any good top comments. He says, your sister's actions are highly suspicious. She knew what she was doing. She conveniently didn't read the gift tag, opened the present, and miraculously discovered the blanket that you told her was going to be in there. Yeah, your sister's sneaky. And if I were you, I would definitely be distancing myself. I ain't saying you got to cut your sister off or something like this, but she just seems like one of those people who's always going to find a conniving little way to get what she wants. Like, so no, you're not the a hole. Your sister is because she opened her own mother's gift. Like, that is so rude. Well, this ain't even like no holiday party at the office where it's like, everybody just, what people were putting in there and you wanted something and it was up for grabs. You specifically went after the gift that your mother wanted. Very strange behavior. Don't like that. So, yeah, that's story number one. And just a little side note, I'm very shiny today, but I got a chemical peel earlier, and like the products that you put on after just make you look like a glazed donut. So, I won't be very shiny every time. For story number two, and after this, we have a funny little segment. So, stay tuned for that. For story number two, I'm going to go with Change My View. That's the subreddit. So this says, change my view. Morality is really subjective and artificially created by humanity. So I definitely think this can be a problematic statement, but I also see where they're going with this. So let's get into it. Morality, and this is in parentheses, as an internal part of every person, is subjective because everyone's morality is different, even if the differences are small. One thing may be good for someone, while it may be bad for another. I won't give examples because you can say that with many things. It is artificially created by humans as a system. Well, everything's artificially created by us, but whatever. Well, not like natural things, but anything in our system is going to be artificially created to control certain behaviors and create an orderly society. Of course, if our behavior were not regulated by morality from which law was created, it would be more difficult to please people. That's called society, babe. I don't know if artificial is the right word, but I don't know how else to say it. What I mean is to create a social idea that we are not necessarily born with. Example, murder is wrong. The first thing I thought of when I read this headline, because I didn't read the actual like paragraphs, I just read the headline, was Luigi Mangione, I think that's how you say his name, in the CEO assassination. So, one half of the internet was like, yay, kind of asked for it, or, he deserved it, whatever. The other half was like, oh, no, you still shouldn't do that. So I think that's where you kind of see that, like, I'm going to take morality into my own hands kind of aspect. And it's like, yeah, morally, murder is wrong. But is there times where murder is called for? So, like, if somebody was trying to murder you or your family, is it justified if you go and murder them? Kind of. In our society, I'm not saying that's my opinion, just it kind of is. Um, but yeah, it's definitely it's kind of a good point. Like, but at the same time, it's not because of course our society was created by us, not really by us, but by humans, so that we can all get along in some capacity. So I definitely think morality is something that's like created by humanity, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. Do I feel wrong when I do something bad because it's just normal to feel that way, or is it because society has told me I shouldn't do things that I don't do? I don't know. That's a like really thought-provoking thing. Like if you just had a kid, you didn't teach them anything right from wrong, they would probably like grow up and steal things, but they don't know that it's stealing. But then again, like it might feel naturally wrong to kill something. So I wonder how much of like what we do on a daily basis is taught and what actually would feel wrong without being told that it's wrong by society. I like that. You guys comment down below and let me know what you think about it. So outside of Reddit, we are also going to mix in some. Um, I have my terrible customer of the week review. I think reviews are so helpful, but also hilarious. Have you ever been on Amazon? I'm always on Shein. Temu, whatever website you're ordering off of, you should always be checking reviews because sometimes this stuff be raggedy or just completely different, whole different colors, whatever. So I'm like scrolling on Amazon the other day looking for a swim cap because I went to like the. Have you guys ever seen those like float pods? The one I went to, I think it's called like Levity or something. It's like a water pod that you get into, and there's so much salt in the water that it can make like. I forget the certain amount of weight, but it's like extremely heavy people. It does not matter. You would get in this pod and float. It feels amazing. I only went once, loved it, definitely going back. But I needed a swim cap because the water is so salty, like my hair would completely dry out. I can't do that all the time. And my swim cap actually didn't work that well. I think it was my fault. But whatever. Let's get back to the customer of the week. So our customer of the week, I can't even pronounce their name. I don't think this is an actual name. It's like I don't think this is a real name. Okay, I'm not trying to offend anybody or where their name comes from, but we just want to go with the customer. So, this is a swim cap review. The title of their review is Had to Wear It, but Wish I Didn't. This was posted in July of last year, and it is an extra large black swim cap. So, I'm assuming it's a woman. Her review is I bought an extra large for my daughter and myself. We spent the day at the water park and both have red colored hair. I could just imagine. I'm just imagining like fiery red, very bright. I just dyed my hair at home, box dye. I don't want to ruin it. So it says it's a fight to get it on, which I think all swim caps are. It's just how they're made. Like any swim cap. Okay, maybe I should shut up. I constantly needed to adjust it because it was ill fitting. My hair was protected from the water. Mind you, she only gave this a 3 stars. It seems like it did its job, but okay. But the sweat that accumulated inside made my hair wet. You have follicles on your head that allow you to sweat because your body needs to get sweat out of your head and your feet. So it's not just your armpits that sweat, not just your back, how y'all be getting a little swamp ass. You have follicles on your head that will allow you to sweat and your feet. It's very necessary for you to stay alive. Just let you know, babe. So this wasn't an error on the swim cap. It also says the cap gets very hot out in the sun. Yeah, because of the type of material it is. Do you want a cap that's made out of like cloth? Then you're going to be soaking wet all day. And also for swimmers, they need it to be slicking back, in the water and they be looking like fish and whatnot. Yeah, they need that. The cap gets very hot if out in the sun. We both had a problem with it hurting our ears. I wore the same cap. It didn't hurt my ears. But I'm trying to think, like, did you have it on top of your ears? Like, was it pressing in? Because if I ever have, like, not my bonnet, but, like, a scarf and I tie it on my ears, that shit hurts. Like, you can't do that. The cap should be snug to your head. What else she say? But there was no way to wear it to avoid it. Lie. If we didn't have colored hair, neither of us would have kept it on. So, two people found this helpful. I don't know how in the hell y'all found this helpful because she literally says that it did its job. She said my hair was protected from the water. That's what you bought it for. It's also only like $5. And it protected you and your daughter. But you're mad because it hurt your ears. It got hot in the sun. And it was hard to get on. The hurt your ears thing's definitely a user error. Who told you to put on your ears? That's the only way I could think of it hurting your ears. I wore it when my hair was in a fro. So if it can hold that down, unless you have extremely long hair, but just braid it. Like there's ways around this. And it being hot in the sun, of course, the material that is gonna get hot as it's drying in the sun. Yeah, keep your head underwater then. I don't know what to tell you, girl, but yeah, you win dumb customer of the week because this review was not helpful. And the two idiots who decided to say it was helpful also need some help. It's probably her daughter and like her husband or something. They was like, go on there and say my review was helpful. That's the only people I could think of that would think that mess was helpful. So yeah, you guys let me know if your swim cap ever hurts your ears. but it still somehow protects your hair from the water. Don't get that. All right, so for our last topic of the day, this one's just hilarious to me. This is from the unpopular opinion segment on Reddit. The title is Young Adult Discounts Would Be More Beneficial Than Senior Discounts. And again, I did not read like the paragraph yet, but I just think that's hilarious because like period. I feel like we're younger longer than we're older. Like what would the young adult cutoff be? If we're going to go to like 29, because I feel like at 30 you are no longer a young adult. You are just an adult. From like 30 to 50 you're just an adult. And this is coming from someone who is going to be 29 this year, so that's pretty sad. But anyways, seniors have had their whole lives to save money and figure out finances. That's hilarious. That's not how that works, by the way. I mean, technically, you did have your whole life, but it doesn't mean you had time and money to save. Young adults are in the most expensive part of their lives. That is correct. College costs, saving for a home slash mortgage payments, childcare costs, etc. Which you kind of like go against your own point there because yeah, you're paying for all that stuff. So how did you save all that when you were a senior? I don't know. There is no reason businesses should prioritize the loyalty of older people instead of younger people who will have a longer runway to frequent their business. This is such an ageist post, but it's hilarious at the same time. I would definitely take the discount if you want to give it. I don't see, well, I do see something wrong with this. It's kind of messed up. But they would lose out more money because us young adults are more likely to go and spend money freely. Older adults are less likely to go and spend their money freely. So incentivizing them by giving them that little 10% that they like to give, especially at like Denny's and stuff. I like a 10% discount on some things because it's like, all right, you handled my taxes, but that don't really be helping us out. So I feel like you would definitely save more money if you were letting the older adults come in there and get their, get their business. Because young people, y'all know we be spending money like we're drug dealers. Y'all know we do. Not thinking about nothing. I know we got, houses and cars and college costs and all that stuff that we need to be paying and saving up for, but we be making it happen anyway. So yeah, I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Thanks for chit chatting with me and yapping with me. Hopefully, plan to do this a little bit longer episodes. This is my first one, so I just wanted to kind of throw it out there and hopefully you guys like it. If not, I'm gonna keep yapping. If I gotta yap to my dog, then we'll do that, and I will show you guys my little Astro. So hold on. Say hi.